Let's focus on Prime Focus. They reported a PAT of 10.3 crores, which is dipped significantly on a quarter-on-quarter basis to 21.3 crores. Sales came in at 213.67 crores versus 196 crores quarter-on-quarter. The management joins in right now. Mr. Vikas Rathee, he's the Group COO at the company. So thanks very much for taking out the time. What's caused this dent on the PAT?
Well, thank you very much for starting on a positive note. I think, what you see, Pat, I believe you're comparing it from the previous quarter, Q2 of this fiscal year. I think almost entirely, and if not more of that, is actually from the FX gains we had last quarter. We had about 20 odd crores that kind of came in on the gain side. This quarter we only had about 4. So fundamentally, that's kind of what's kind of affecting the comparison from Q2 to Q3. But on a year-on-year perspective, there is a significant growth across all metrics: revenue, EBITDA, PAT, and income.
Okay. So operationally, how has the performance been?
I think operationally it was great. I think you see, our new age growth businesses, which is, the creative services, VFX 3D, as well as the PFTs, the technologies business, both grew significantly, both on the top line and on the bottom line. You have our this quarter comprised almost 84% of our total consolidated revenue, up from, about 60-odd%, about a year back. So the 2D, 3D VFX revenues grew 30% on the revenue perspective, EBITDA up 35%, technology business up 112% year-on-year on a revenue perspective, and 144% on the EBITDA side. So what you're seeing, not just revenue growth, but obviously profitability growth at higher margins in a situation where we continue to invest in the business. We've probably added more than 500 to 700 people during the course of the last 12 months. And not only absorb that cost, but continue to grow margin beyond that.
Okay. What's the plan on whether or not you're seeing a further expansion in the coming few quarters, and what's the plan in terms of targets for the year?
I think what you've noticed in the last few quarters, and I think there's continued momentum on our growth businesses, revenue and profitability. I think we expect that to continue. If you look at our EBITDA numbers, we've come on for the 9 months, we've reached kind of 171 crore, including the FX benefits we've had, given the global model we had, where we have 70-odd% of our revenues coming from, international markets. I think we are looking at a healthy growth both in the revenue and even more so on the profitability side versus last year. And I think you will continue to see these trends becoming stronger.
Okay. On the margin side, what would the number be?
That's a very good question. I think you should continue to see an uptrend as to where we already are. So every quarter we continue to expand our margins, and I think that momentum should continue not only in the last fiscal year quarter, but also for the next year especially.
Got that. Vikas, thanks a lot for joining us. Appreciate you taking out the time. Quick comments there on results of Prime Focus. In comparison, obviously, on a quarter-on-quarter basis because of the kind of currency fluctuations that we've seen last quarter versus this quarter. But on a year-on-year basis, they've done well.